So I'm sitting there in San Diego, California. Pretty rad place, as a matter of fact. And to be frank, I was a little bit dissatisfied. Yep. There was some dysfunction of some sort or other, and I was not contented with my position in life. Maybe some of y'all can relate to this. And, There came a day, let's skip all the background story, because you know what? The background story is almost irrelevant, because the only thing that matters is catalyst. What will catalyze action? What will catalyze action in your life? So, there came a day for me where, with all the backstory as to where I was and why I was discontent or whatever, the life I really wanted to lead was different than the one that I was actually leading. That's where I was at. And if you relate, listen, check this out. In one day, one afternoon, one moment, as a matter of fact, in time, one now moment, it hit me like the weight of a pyramid right on my back. And I knew immediately that was the moment that everything changed for me. That was the moment. That was it. It was done. I could not live in what I felt to be a suffocating existence. I could not do it any longer. And so I look at my wife and I told her, babe, this place that we are now talking about, maybe, possibly getting a chance to go visit for 3 weeks, 3 whole big weeks, and get the time off work and stars align and blah, blah, then we can go. And in an instant, I realized that if I don't start living my dreams right now, it is never, 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 never gonna happen, never. And it was so clear to me that it was like, it wasn't even a question as to whether to get water first or change my entire life. The thing was so much more important to me that my whole life, like, I realized in a moment that I literally could change it all. And I don't know where that knowledge, that epiphany came from, but it did change everything. And so I look at my wife and I tell her, babe, we got to live our dreams right now. We got to do this. We cannot keep just kind of like eking by, right? We can't keep thinking that, we're going to do the same activities and find ourselves in the place we want to be. And we're so far afield from where we want to be. Especially me and my vocation, as it turns out. There's a number of different things that can be discontenting that we just deal with, we put up with. We're just kind of like put a Band-Aid on it, cinch up the girdle, keep on going. And then there was the day. And so I said 90 days from today, because there is no right time, and we can't put it on a long drawn out map and figure it out, pencil it in to figure the algorithm. No, there's none of that. It's not when we save up enough money or anything like that. Nope, it's now. Now's the time. That's it. So with a 6-month-old and a roughly 2-year-old, just about 2 years old, and we jumped on a plane 89 days later. Now, there was a hell of a lot of white knuckle nights that I had, just like literally in my own self thinking, I can't do this. I'm crazy, man. I'm absolutely wild. I am unplugging from every single thing that I thought, these like almost these lifelines. You think that you can't live without them. And I unplugged from all of them, boom, at the same time. All of them, boom, boom, in the span of 90 days. Gave away everything I had. I realized my possessions were possessing me. They were standing in the way of my dreams. Because once I had them, I had to keep them up and maintain them and watch after them, keep them safe and all this other nonsense. I didn't own those things. They owned me. And so, because I had this raw passion and this power, this knowledge, this understanding that I could move mountains, or at least I could jump off the cliff and try and figure out how to fly on the way down. And if I didn't, the try was sufficient. And I reached the ground, exhilarated, and, maybe bruised and beaten, maybe dead. I don't know. But I had to do it. I had to do it. So I did. And I'd call up churches, orphanages, tell them, bring your biggest truck to me. I want to fill it full of my stuff. Because the day prior, of course, I've been just acquiring things. just like everybody, right? Because that is the payoff, isn't it? That's the payoff. If we sacrifice our souls, if we give away our lives, if we do these things, then at least you get to buy things. Yep. You get a bunch of doodads, doohickeys, trinkets and stuff. Thingamabobbers. Pretty rad. They come in the form of whatever, it doesn't matter, but like, it's a poor payoff, that's for sure. And of course, that's only one of the payoffs for one of the reasons why we sacrifice our hearts and our souls. But in any case, for me, when I did this, it was the most liberating experience of my life to give away everything I had. And guess what? The day before, my wife and I took off to go live our dreams in the place that we were talking about having a vacation. We had 8 or 10 boxes, rather small ones, but big enough boxes that we thought these are the most precious possessions we got in the world. We have to keep these, that's for sure. We take them out there to ship them, and they're like, no, this is against customs laws. You can't ship this stuff. So everything that we had day before departure, we did a curb alert at Craigslist. And I was just sitting there watching people come scoop up all the things I consider to be the most precious things that I distilled down in all of my life. And now, boom, all of those as well. And you realize, man, how free, what a glorious feeling. And, you know, it has been quite a journey ever since then. It's been quite a journey with many bumps in the road. Topes. But I would not trade it for all the supposed comfort and false security that the world could muster. Never trade it. Never trade it. The mistakes and all. Celebrate your failures, guys. Celebrate your failures. That's real. Celebrate your failures. You know that you're getting somewhere if you're going, boom, going hard after it, really caring about what you're doing, really putting your heart, your attention, your life, your vitality, your love, your enthusiasm into it. You know that you're on the right track. You know you're on the right track. And when you encounter those failures and you say, ha, 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 yeah, baby, it don't matter if I'm hobbling through the gate, I'm getting through this sucker. Finish line, here I come, no matter what. Does not matter. Because guys, I'm telling you, once you take and you identify one option, one pathway, one thing as the thing you really care about with your life, and you take all the other options, boom, pull them off the table, let them fall to the ground, you are assured success. You're assured success. What that looks like in the end doesn't even matter. It's irrelevant. Because success is not a thing to be accomplished. It is a journey to be had. And your journey is spectacular. And you are the legend in your journey. You're the king. You're the hero. You're the princess. You're the whatever you want to be. But oftentimes we're our own jailer, aren't we? We're our own jailer. And all the adventures that could be had, they're waiting for us. They're available for us. But what do we do? What do we do? It's like we have been led to, at this point, whenever it is, when we decide to, stop following our heart and do things a different way and try and follow somebody else. And it's like they start training us. Like, hey, this is how you make a cage for yourself. So you're going to want to put, some politics in there. You want to have a strong stand there so you can, be opposing with somebody about something. And then you're going to want to, have all these other constructs. And you want to be on this side. You don't want to be with those guys. And you whatever construct it is. And they show you how to bar yourself in. They show us, they show me and you how to most effectively, in the shortest amount of time, with the least amount of effort on their part, how we can sit there and be petrified in fear for the remainder of our life, doing just as little to turn their machine, or giving us just as little incentive as a carrot stick as possible, just to get out there enough to, grind it out to turn the machine.